Terrify. Every topic scary, we can leave the bravest paralyzed. Hope you're not at home alone, better keep the lights on. But if you love adrenaline, then welcome to the fright zone. Billy is the leader, the visionary dreamer. Gerard got the joke, scaredy cat the screamer. You gon' get this work, if you scared, go to church. This podcast is scariest, you heard it here first.
And he said that to me because I was like, I'm just excited that Jeepers Creepers is here. You know, I want to see the character again. But when because he's a huge lover of Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary. Yeah, that's scary.
Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome to That's Scary. I'm your host, Willie May, and we got a good show for you today. Hello. What's up, everyone? Welcome to That's Scary. There's a little lag on my end, but welcome, guys. My name is Willie May. I'm your host for today, and this is your new Halloween Horror and Haunted House podcast, and we got a good show for you. We got Kevin Bachar in the house, and there's just a lot of stuff that's going on, but it's Shark Week. Look, I got my little nice Shark Week, little digs going. I'm fitted right now. I feel like I'm about to go to a beach and just have a good show. So Emmy Award-winning producer, director, WGA writer, and cinematographer Kevin Bachar is with us as he shares how he developed shark documentaries from National Geographic Television, Primetime Emmy nomination for Jaws, The Inside Story. Come on, come all, and immerse yourself in the magic of Shark Week with Kevin Bachar. Yes, and I'm just so excited to have my friend on the show again. We had him on the show for Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Test 1 2. Wow. I can't. This thing just went off. Sorry, guys. Sorry about that, guys. Whoa. Now I can hear myself. Can you guys hear me at home? What's up, guys? Sorry about that. I didn't realize that my mic went out and my audio just went out as well. A little technical snags there. But anyways, I'm going to do the intro again just to make sure that everyone can hear me. I'm your host, Willie May, and this is Shark Week with Kevin Bachar. Again, Kevin is a Emmy Award winner, producer, director, WGA writer, and cinematographer. Kevin Bachar is with us today on the show as he shares how we develop shark documentaries from National Geographic Television. Primetime Emmy nomination for Jaws, the Inside Story. Come one, come all, and immerse yourself in the magic of Shark Week with Kevin Bachar. Yes, and today I got in the studio my co-host, crazy, insane. I don't know if I should even ring the doorbell, but we got my man Gerard. Hey, there you are, man. What's up? A little bit slow today, but what's up, man? Oh, and that's still going.
I like to ring twice. It's going good, man. You know, we're
I
in the
can't
blue.
hear you.
What?
That's 1, 2. Mics, dude. Come on. Me first, now you. Check your audio. I think something happened with our system where all of our mics just kind of went out. So go back to settings. Let's do it again. It's weird. It was
1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2.
So that's why I did it again.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Are you there?
I'm here.
No, go out, come back in, and go into settings. Okay. So, anyways, we're just excited today. We do apologize for the inconvenience with our tech. I mean, this is live and we don't know what happens until it happens. So, but Gerard's going to be back with us. But I'm just so excited to have Kevin Bachar on the show because he is a good friend of mine that is killing the game in TV world, and we're going to be talking Shark Week because he really was the staple, the guy, the one who kind of led the Shark Week and Shark Fest on Discovery and National Geographic, and I'm just so excited to have him for today. But we got a lot to talk about. When Gerard gets back in, we're going to do what in the hell's going on because there's a lot to talk about in this crazy world that we live in. But there's so much great horror stuff happening as well. And I'm just hey, there he is. What's up, man?
All right, how's it sounded?
Oh, sounds great.
You know, they did a bunch of updates. Have you seen all the updates on StreamYard? It's like
no, I've been so busy.
Automatic mic adjusting, and I feel like
really?
that's when we. Yeah, I think it's on the system side right now because it's got all this extra stuff now.
Yeah, look, I see you got some blue on for your Shark Week. I got some blue on too. I had to. You missed it, you know.
You missed it because I guess my mic wasn't working, but I put on the Blue Fear Expo shirt.
And Expo. Okay.
Yeah. And then about 2 seconds ago, the cat decided to come in here. He's like, "Hey, it needs to be a fur coat." Just
the cat loves you. You are loved by the kitty cat. So let's talk about what in hell's going on. Let's go. Okay, so first of all, did you hear what's going on with these? The government just talked about the UFOs. Did you?
So
hear anything about that?
Yes, I was listening to I was listening to a podcast I listened to last night, and they brought it to my attention. So it's interesting. It's like a bunch of what is it? What's the word for like high admirated? They're professional motherfuckers are over there saying, "Hey, we're seeing a bunch of stuff, and we're struggling to like discuss it and report it because it's coming an issue because you either got." I think somebody said they either got somebody coming in and saying you need to shut up about this, or they're afraid of being laughed off the unit. You know, being told, "Hey, you're not fit to fly."
Well, let me right, because they're gonna say like you're crazy, right? But you guys have to understand the history about talking about UFOs have been kind of been on the hush hush. Why should we talk about UFOs back in the day? Back in the day, we didn't have social media. We didn't have. Can you hear my fan? By the way,
no. Can you hear mine?
I don't know because I hear mine.
I don't hear you, fan.
For real. Okay, anyways, so back in the day, we didn't have social media. We did not have internet. Back in the day, we did not have a million people looking up in the skies and blinking lights, and we weren't in the informational world at the time either.
Yeah.
So now that we are, you got people looking up, you got people filming, you got people posting, you got people just sharing different, either it's real news or false news on the internet. There's no way for the government to control it.
Well,
So I feel like they have to say it. They have to come out with it because there's been more and more sightings.
No, what I think it is when they're talking about, let's go off the idea that the aliens are fake, right? Because I'm still on the fence. Back in the day when they're trying to shut people up about seeing this and that, you also remember that's also some of that was during the time of the development of the Black Hawk. The Black Hawk was super secretive because nothing could track it for years.
Yep.
So it could be something the military's developing and they're trying to get it more wrapped up. And the only people who are going to accidentally see it, and most of the time, are probably pilots, other planes flying around the area.
So wait, so you think that there's this unidentified object in the air that we created? That pilots are like, what is that?
So
you think we're that far advanced when we are creating nuke bombs to nuke each other?
Or it's something from China or Russia or something or another country.
Listen, China.
They got a balloon across the country.
China made this. Okay, I can see it. I can touch it. I don't think they're that far. I mean, yes, they're getting far advanced, but I mean,
no, you got to think about it. They could be.
You talk about Dubai. I'm like, okay.
It could be an unmanned drone. It could be something similar to that. And they're. I mean, obviously, they're not afraid to throw stuff in our airspace.
I agree. There are tons of technology companies that are coming out, and some of them are saying like, "Hey, look, they're testing their stuff." I mean, technology companies they're forcing the narrative right now. To be honest, we're just keeping up, and some people are like, "Oh, this is great," and I'm like, "Really? Is it? Do we need it? Really?" I mean, half the technical companies CEOs family don't use the things that they create. I wonder why. I mean, that we can talk about that for hours. All right, what about this? So Jamie Foxx, thank you so much, Jamie Foxx. I mean, I listened to his video he finally put out. Jamie Foxx is back and supposedly is getting his mental capacity back in shape and is ready to make jokes and everything. But Jamie Foxx do not look like Jamie Foxx. Now, it was reported that comedian Monique and comedian Roseanne had a podcast, and they were talking about the fact that that's not Jamie, and that Hollywood is cloning their stars, and what you see is a clone. What do you believe? What do you think about that?
Do you have a picture? Because
I first of all, what do you think about that? And I'm going to try to grab a picture really fast. But what do you think about that?
I don't know, because like the way you're describing it makes it sound like his eyes are farther apart or something bone structurally is different for it to be like, hey, they just grew this body in a tube or something.
His head looks different. His skin is looking different. And
well, also, didn't he just go for a bad accident? Like, as he got hurt?
Yeah, but I mean, yes. And then some people said that his tattoo is gone from his back of his head now. But I'm like, well, if you have full head of hair, then But some people are pulling his doppelganger up. So let me see if I can share this.
You think people would just be like, hey, the man's getting old?
Well, but he got like Michael Jackson white.
What?
Yeah. Okay,
no, he didn't get that white. He didn't get that white.
He's getting there.
Look.
Right,
this is Michael Jackson white.
Well, there he is.
This is Michael Jackson white.
He's getting iced tea white. Okay.
Oh,
iced tea white. Look at his eyes. He like an alien. Let me stop.
Pull a picture from go to a picture from when he was like doing Django. Is there a picture down? Yeah. Wait, is that iced tea on the left?
That's Ice-T. That's his complexion. They're trying to do a comparison. So since he's been out, they're trying to do a comparison. They're like, dude, you're looking like Ice-T. But I mean, that's what they're saying. But then people are saying this is the clone. This is the clone Jamie Foxx. It's not the real Jamie Foxx. Well, I want to know what's your thoughts on this.
You think it could be bad lighting?
Or filter? I don't. Maybe. I mean, you see the light is on his head, but then look at his neck. Look at the shadow of his neck. I don't know.
I don't know. The people you gotta the people you're gonna have to ask is the people who's close to him. Because even if they close, let's play the. Because oh man, he was real dark in that picture, Spider-Man. But if we're just playing it, if we're gonna play, he's a clone.
Yes. Look, Spider-Man. Look at his last recent movies. He is darker than what he is now. And then when he was on the boat, they were like, "That's Jamie," but Jamie should be in recovery, right? He was on the boat in Miami, like, "Hey!" And people was like, "Whoa!" But then again,
what was his injuries?
Timelines do lapse. We don't know.
We don't know what his
I know.
injuries
I think it was
were.
I think it was a mental thing. I think it was a mental issue.
Then he's locked in a psych ward right now. And let me tell you something. I work in those psych wards. You think they
cloned him and put his clone out while he's locked up in while they kept trying to get his mind right? Like,
no, I think if he was in a hospital, he's there for extensive stay at a mental hospital. You gotta remember something. He is not seeing the sun often.
Okay.
Because first off, you ain't seen the sun often. You're in a mental hospital.
Right.
And then like you're on a bunch of new drugs and your body is like, because what happens when you go to these hospitals, they're like 300 milligrams of trazodone to start helping him sleep better at night.
Mm-hmm.
Well, 300 milligrams of trazodone makes him sleep 12 to 16 hours. That's too much.
And guess what? He couldn't wake up.
Yeah.
He couldn't remember. They said they couldn't wake him up. He fell into a coma. I'm hearing what you're saying.
So what happens is they're doing this with your medication, trying to get you leveled out. We're trying to smooth you out, and you have to balance the right amount of medication because that's how doctors are doing it. There's not 300 milligrams of trazodone works differently with all different individuals. Not to mention, if he was having a freak out and the man got a B-52 in the ass, I've seen it. Yesterday, I got to watch what four B-52s does to an individual in 24 hours.
Wow, because I know you're in that field, huh? So listen. You're right about that. And he was out for a very long time. And let me tell you, being in Hollywood and the pressure of it and the rejection and the isolation, but being in front of people and monkey dance, it does something to someone's mindset. And let me tell you, Martin Lawrence went through it. I mean, there's a lot of people that will crack under pressure. And let me say this: he was doing several movies. He wasn't sleeping. He was dating all these these females in and out of relationships. I think something popped. But I'm glad that he's back and being healthy. And I hope that look, we have politicians that talk fake news. We got actors that talk about fake news. I don't know if this is a gimmick or whatever, but everyone's talking that Jamie is a clone. So, anyways,
it's probably just a gimmick. The man's going through either a physical health issue or a mental crisis right now. And if he go into the hospital, he's probably staying indoors a lot and not enough sun and is on a bunch of new medication. I've seen
but the thing is, the Jamie on the boat, man, he was dark, and then the Jamie on the camera, he was light, and I'm like, who this one? All right, guys, here it is. We got a good show for you today. Here's Hard News in a minute. Okay, guys, so this is crazy. All right, so it's Midsummer Screams that's happening right now. And before John Murdy went up, before Midsummer Screams started, Blum actually dropped the new Exorcist trailer. Then, during Midsummer Screams, Halloween Horror Nights, drops this. Breaking news, y'all. Breaking news. Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios Orlando Resort and Halloween Universal Studios Hollywood unleash more terrifying haunted house, including The Exorcist Believer, inspired by Universal Pictures' new Blumhouse and Morgan Creek's entertainment film. That is a mouthful. But you guys, this is crazy because they literally drop. I love when marketing is so strategic to shake to shake the internet, and this was it. Blumhouse dropped the trailer. The Halloween Horror Nights dropped this news right before Midsummer Screams, which is killing it right now in Southern California and Long Beach, California. And let me just tell you, it was some good news to hear. So that's that. All right, it is that time of year again. Not Scary Farm tickets are now on sale. Not Scary Farm offers a unique and immersive Halloween atmosphere. Yes, they do. The park undergoes a spooky transformation with elaborate decorations, creepy lighting, fog-filled streets, and haunting sounds effects. All of this sets the stage for a thrilling experience. This year marks 50 years. Woo! Let's go, Not Scary Farm. 50 years of never-ending nightmares at Not Scary Farm. The spine-tingling tradition in Southern California's longest-running and most haunting Halloween-themed park event. And let me tell you, being a generation, I was like, what, fourth, fifth generation at Not Scary Farm? Let me just say this. I have to be there for their 50th anniversary. I have to be there in California for this. Gerard, we're going to talk about that after the show. Yep. New Saw phone game. All right. So let's talk about this one. So this is something that is really cool. It is if you call this number 310, let me just spell it out. 310-564-8144, you would get a message from John Kramer himself. He would then say, I want to play a game. You will then receive a text that will have a link. Will you play this game? We're going to have the number up after the show. It's going to be also in the bios here so you can play the game with Saw. Saw is out. They let me tell you, they also dropped a trailer. They moved their movie up because Exorcist and Five Nights at Freddy, which are two Blumhouse movies, are playing in the month of October. So they moved their movie up, and they also made a splash this weekend at Midsummer Screams, creating a Saw never seen before experience at Midsummer Screams in Long Beach, California, and it was a hit, and now they dropped this game. All right, on today's show, we have the man of the hour talking about sharks with Kevin Bachar, and that is horror news in a minute.
Yo, what's up, everyone? This is your boy, Willie May, with Yep, That's Scary. Wanted to let you know, August 4th through the 6th, I will be at the Georgia Pop and Horror Con in Columbus, Georgia. We're going to celebrate horror with everyone that's there. I'm going to be doing interviews, talking with vendors, staff, guests, and doing event coverage. You guys got to check it out. I may even give it out surprises. We have a marketing booth where you can pick up a flyer, get some information for us, scan a QR code, and follow us and join our new horror family. I'm Willie May. Let's keep it scary, and I'll see you at the Georgia Pop and Horror Con.
We would like to thank our sponsors, Fear Expo Live. Fear Expo Live is the newest national haunted attraction industry trade show, excuse my French there, bringing together haunters and vendors. They are dedicated to connecting attraction owners with the latest products and services from the industry leading vendors early in the year to ensure products are delivered on time and ahead of schedule and at some of the best prices. For more information, you can visit fearexpolive.com. Again, that is fearexpolive.com.
Oh yes, FuryExpoLive.com. Thank you so much, Gerard, for that announcement. Fury Expo Live, we thank you for your great sponsorship and support. Also, yes, I will be at the Georgia Pop and Horror Con this weekend coming up. I'm really excited for it. I don't know what to expect. This is my first horror con here in Georgia that I'm going to be at with Yep That's Scary, and I'm just really thrilled for it. We got a booth and some flyers and everything. It's gonna be a real treat. We're gonna be going live there Friday and Saturday, and then getting
Oh,
ready for an awesome show. Yes, what's up? You okay?
oh, you're dropping a little.
I'm dropping a little. Why is that happening? Like everything is good on my end. I don't know. I think I don't know what's going on. I really don't know what's going on. But anyways, we're gonna still keep it 100 and keep pushing. So this is hot news in a minute.
And with work, y'all, I'm Gerard with Yep That's Scary with hot news in a minute. Happy birthday, Disneyland. Happy birthday, Disneyland. Happy birthday, Disneyland. Ghost of Summer takes place this weekend, July 29th through the 30th at Oregon Convention Center in Portland, Oregon. With over 60,000 square feet of spooky fun, the event features 150 plus vendors, live performers, interactive experience, home haunts, panel and presentations, and more. Traveling Vampire Show will host costume contests on both event days. The first prize package, valued at $350, entered by July 28th to take part. Tickets are on sale now, starting at $24 for a single day adult general admission and $40 for a 2-day pass. Breaking news. Stepping into the wonderful, colorful world of DreamWorks animation and immersive interaction, new land coming to Universal Studios Florida in 2024. Next year, Universal Studio Resorts will debut an all-new themed land featuring DreamWorks animation, beloved animated characters. The new DreamWorks land will come into Universal Studios Florida as part of the collective of the new entertainment experience debut at Universal Studios Orlando Resort in 2024. American Heartland Theme Park is opening Oklahoma 2026. The resort will feature hotels, restaurants, shop, and a theme park, and a new entertainment development is coming to Northwest Oklahoma. American Heartland Theme Park and Resort will offer visitors experience rivaling the world's top resort destinations. The development will progress in the phases starting with the large-scale RV park with cabins, and the RV park and resort at Three Ponies RV and Campground is set to open 2025, with the theme park opening in 2026. Hashtag American Heartland Theme Park. Hashtag Route 66, hashtag Historic Route 66, hashtag Venti Okla, hashtag Travel OK, hashtag Next Big Adventure, hashtag Theme Park, hashtag American Express, hashtag Family Friendly, hashtag Oklahoma, hashtag Entertainment Development, hashtag Opening 2026, hashtag Mayor Josh Lee, hashtag Visit OKC. Listen, I think he just added all the hashtags because he knows I'm going to sit here and read them. And let me tell you something, don't visit Oklahoma. It is terrible. I've been there before. Maybe the theme park's okay, but I'm not going to deal with that. Fuck Oklahoma. I seen a crackhead walk down the street with a machete in Oklahoma once. Shut up. If you're looking to purchasing high-quality, professional-grade, realistic, detailed prop weapons for your character or film next week, will be that time to grab them. Dark Creations, ATX, and Forbidden Props will be having a huge sale online for the next week. All of their screen-ready movie prop style weapons from Monday, July 24th through Monday, July 31st will be offering significant discount on dozens of the realistic props such as Bloody Clown, Multi-Spiked, etc. Varieties of the popular axes, sledgehammer, fireman, and double bit axe, along with butcher knives, cleaver, hatchet, machetes, and so much more. And yes, a few of our bloody spine and extra gore flesh, teeth, hair, and etc. will also be available to purchase and rated sip section. All discounts, as always, free shipping is included. Latex Magic. Elevate your skills with Eloise Makeup Team, hosted by Chelsea Jacquees.
Who the fuck's last name is Jacquees? Jussie Jacks? Can I say Jussie Jacks? Jacks? Is that it? Latex Magic. Elevate your makeup skills with Eloise Makeup Team, hosted by Chelsea. Sunday, August 6th, 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. This man was a true character for what we all should be, a kind individual. I can remember working with him at Miller's Thrillers, and for some reason, this man knew me without we were buddies, and I always cherish that. He's a cool dude, he's a funny guy, charismatic, and cared about everybody, and cared about his craft, and cared about the haunt, no matter where he was working. He's going to be missed. I know he's missed all throughout Tennessee. I know he's missed all throughout the haunt industry. Thank you, Lorenzo, for being who you are.
If you like what you have just heard, stalk us now on all our social channels.
I got sad real quick. It's about that time for
Take it or skip it, stream it or miss it.
I'm waiting for the post to get up while I had this little half downtime. Yeah, that was sad. God, why'd you have to put that sad music over there? I felt like we should be playing In the Eyes of an Angel. And I sounded like so crappy in that because I was like just getting over sick. Of course, you added every cough outtake. Do you have the poster? No, just shake your head. Yeah, you do? Good, okay. The first film of this week, there's actually a theme throughout the whole thing, so hopefully someone can guess the theme. It's called The Last Voyage of Demeter. You want me to go ahead and read it? Give me a yes or no with these. Yeah, okay. Last Voyage of Demeter, coming out August 11th. This film takes place in the ship out in the middle of the ocean, where the water is filled with sharks, squids, and everything else that is scary. But this time, the fear is coming from within the boat. And I don't think a bigger boat's going to help them out. This ship has Dracula. Now, if you're stuck on a ship with Dracula, how would you survive? Would you tear up the boat so it's just an open sail so he gets hit by the sun? I don't know. We're going to figure this out, how to kill Dracula on a boat. Let's take a look at The Last Voyage of
Evil is on
Demeter.
board. Powerful evil.
We call him Dracula.
The Demeter, on charter from Romania to London. Shipping private crates. Contents unknown. Out at sea with no land in sight.
This here is Clemens. He's a doctor.
You dress like a learned man.
University of Cambridge. I know my way around the boat.
Our charter has agreed to pay a bonus for timely arrival in London.
Let me show you the ship. This here is Huckleberry. We don't come with like this to give the ewes clear.
Demeter's a fine boat, no doubt.
Something ripped apart the animals.
All the livestock?
This looks like a bite.
Search the ship. Everywhere. Evil is on board. Powerful evil.
In the night, it drinks our blood. He is here. We call him Dracula.
He's coming!
Did you see the size of that bloody thing?
accursed thing.
He is on this ship, which means that we will never leave it.
The devil is real. May God have mercy on us all.
Wow.
You know, this movie has been on the bottom of my list. And what I mean by bottom of my list, the way I do my list for these shows, I do it in a docs. So one day I just like, let me make this easier for me. I'm just going to find a bunch of movies about to come out. It's been on the bottom of it. Not in like levels, but just in the bottom of my list for months. And I'm like, what is this movie? Because I had it up there before a poster or trailer was revealed.
Yeah.
It said horror movie. I just slapped it on there. I said, we'll see how she goes.
Yeah.
And I love that the fact they did a monstrous Dracula. It looks like the Dracula from what's that movie called? It's about the hunter. The only thing that killed Dracula was a werewolf. Van Helsing.
Yep.
With Hugh Jack. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I've seen this in theaters, and actually they sent us a press release as well, and we shared it when they first announced it. And at first, when they first announced it, I didn't really take it, as like, oh, I'm gonna go watch it. I just looked at it from what it was, and maybe because of the clips that they put out there at first. But when I went to the theaters to watch Insidious and watched the trailer, I was like, yo, I gotta see this. I mean, it looks beautifully. Like it seemed like they just shot it really well, and they have some great actors in it, and it's really going to tell us a cool story about Dracula, And so I'm down to get this. So this is a ticket for me. What about you?
I want to watch it. I don't think I'm going to go to theater to see it. I think I'm going to wait till it's out for rent or something. I haven't been to a movie theater in so long. I really need to.
Same here. Because we were doing all these streams stuff. Because of course, when we started this was up the tail end of the new norm of COVID, and and streaming platforms was like big, but like you gotta go back to a movie theater, like especially seeing scary movies, because it's so much fun. I miss that.
I think the last movie I seen in theaters, I know what it is. It's the new Spider-Man movie that came. Yes,
I was with you. No. Was it the universe?
With Tobey Maguire. With Tobey Maguire.
Yes, with the Homecoming, right?
All three? Yeah. No Way Home or something. Yeah.
Yes.
I need to go see a movie.
If you guys are in the show, please help us out because our brains are all scatterbrained. But like the most recent Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire.
Well, you can't say the most recent because there's one in theaters right now.
I know. Dang it. They need to slow down. Slow down, everybody. Slow down for a second. But yes. I was with you pretty much.
Yeah. I remember. Right. I think this is literally the last movie scene. Pulling up my script right here. My beautifully written scripts. The Passenger coming out August 4th. Video on demand. The Passenger is coming out August 4th on MGM Plus. This film is more of a horror of what really is scary. It is scary that people are really. God, Lee, I just spoke about the script and I just butchered it to hell. This film is an in-depth look at what's really scary in life, and that's people. This film seems a slower paced psychological thrill and is more than an all-out horror film, but it felt like more of but I felt deserved a spot on this list. Y'all, let's watch The Passenger.
I don't normally get visits from former students.
I needed to tell you how sorry I am for, about what happened.
Sorry, let me just answer that. Hello? What? Wait, slow down. Oh my God, that's horrible. Is he?
Everything okay?
Someone just assaulted our vice principal in the parking lot.
No, Benson.
Oh my God!
No,
What are you?
put it
What are
away.
you doing?
This isn't what you want.
You don't know me.
Why are you doing this?
Because, Randy, I have been watching you. You are 20 years old, and you are already more pathetic than every person in this godforsaken town, and that bugs me. But there's something about you. There's something fixable. I mean, hell, when you were standing there, watching me, waiting for me to kill you. That was the only thing I believed. And if I'm gonna help you, then I can't have you getting in my way. Because it forces me to hurt you. I need you to work with me, not against me. Don't do this. I'm doing this for your own good. We square.
We're square.
That's the
Wow.
passing.
Wow.
So, what I was trying to convey, man, I should have slept. I need sleep. Okay.
I told you to go to sleep. Like
I tried.
literally, I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be a bumpy ride." And I thought to myself, I said, "I wonder what people are thinking when they see us, like, lack of sleep, no energy, no water, or anything. I wonder what they're saying. I wonder they're like, what? Why are you looking like that? Why you look like you're struggling?
Look. Here's what.
Boy needs some milk."
Okay, first off,
He's
I'm
running too fast
I'm
from a
drinking
slasher,
water.
and the slasher is still asleep.
Y'all gotta understand something.
What?
I work in the medical field, so every other
Yeah.
weekend I get off,
Yeah.
right? And last night was my work day, and
Yep.
typically I get home, I go to sleep about 8 a.m. and sleep for
Yeah.
about 2 to 3 hours, and wake up do the show.
Yeah.
Man, this morning was not happening. My body was like, we are up today because I messed up. I slept till 5 p.m. yesterday. I sleep about 4 to 5 hours a night. That's what I get, and I feel good. And I just could not sleep, and it's going to be horrendous because I go to work tonight too.
Oh, so I look, prayers and positive vibes with you. But getting back to the passenger, Blum actually sent me Blumhouse sent me this video, this trailer, because they invited me to a screening, and I was like, oh, and so I've kind of fell in love with it because it's like, this dude is so crazy. I've been in a situation before where I'm like, my friend is so crazy, I'm stuck until I can get a chance to like leave. And I mean, it wasn't like deadly where they had a gun or anything like that, but I'm like, oh, I would not ever hang out with you again. So so I felt like there's this like emotional connection that I had when I watched it. And so and I felt like this is one of those chapters of Blumhouse where Get Out was created, that little I guess division of Blumhouse where they create out of the box thrillers, and this is one of them. And so it kind of, you kind of empathize for the guy that is who's get walked on all the time, and it's like forced to watch his people who treated him poorly get killed. And so there's an empathetic part of it where you're like, oh, I feel I'm that person, I'm gonna or what if that ever happened to me. And so for me, so this one is a ticket for me. What about you?
While watching this trailer, I got to be thank you, man. He is 100%. They're doing all the signs of abuser, like an abusive relationship. When he hurts a guy,
remember when he like crying, he like wipes his tear off. I was like, whoa.
It's all like it's 100% all the typical cases and what they do when they abuse them. They show They show empathy. They show that physical touch that they would desire. But then every time they hurt them, they convince them that it's for them and they need this, and it's not.
Or they're good, right?
You know, so it's very. And I felt like, you know, this movie stuck out to me. It's not the new movies on the list is not typical. I mean, Voyage of Demeter is typical for the list, but these next two were a little off the walls, and I liked them. It's still hoary.
It's hoary. It's still
They're horrors. They're horrors. They're just
horrors. But it's still good to have off the wall, you know, movies that are presented to us, and this is one of them. And I kind of like off the wall. I watched these very artistic avant-garde movies. I do. I mean, you know, from my artsy creative mind perspective, and this is one of them. And for it to go to mainstream, I'm like, whoa, like this is crazy. And this is a ticket for me. It is.
Did you see the trailer twice now?
This is the second time I saw the trailer.
Do you feel like there's going to be like a Fight Club switch situation where it's him the whole time, and it's like,
I can see that, but I don't think so. I can see it because the reason why I say I don't think so is because they are talking to the killer as well. They are interacting with him. Like if you look at the one-eyed lady with on the phone, she sees him. And she sees him, right?
What if he's going for a psychotic break and brings on a high dose schizophrenic?
Let's put money on it. $50. You get $50 if you're right of that ending, and I get $50 if it's two people.
No, because that's just a wild hairball.
I need money. I got bills to pay.
I'm not.
I got a vacation to go to. I need some money. I'm ready for this one. Pay up.
No,
pay what you owe.
I'm not taking that bet.
So then
we'll find something else.
I was gonna do a gentleman's bet and karate chop it in the air. All right.
All right. Twisted Metal out now on Peacock. I'm not gonna lie, this one was hesitant to put this on this list. This series on the list this week, but as a fan of Twisted Metal, I played the fuck out of the one on PSP back in the day. I swear to God. So I stepped back and thought, killer clown with a machete named Sweet Tooth.
Me too.
Hell yeah. A killer clown named Sweet Tooth with a machete. I can count that. In a post-apocalyptic world of Twisted Metal, it's about guns, cars, and looking good while doing it. So sit back, buckle up, hold on to something, and let's take a look at Twisted Metal.
20 years ago, the world fell to shit. Cities put up walls to protect themselves and threw the criminals out so they could fight over what was left. But there are humble motherfuckers like me delivering cargo from one walled city to another. And that's where the cars and guns come in. Give me the package, milkman! So if I'm here, then the exit is... Oh, they have a Foot Locker. Oh, son of a...
Welcome to New San Francisco. I want to hire you. Pick up a package, bring it back. I can make your every wish come true. So, John, what do you wish for?
Toilet paper. 2-ply.
I think I can do better.
3-ply? All right, Evelyn, let's deliver this package. It's rude not to introduce yourself before pulling a gun on someone. Oh, this is rude. If you put the gun down, I'll drop you off as close as I can to where you're going. She's quiet. She don't talk.
Motherfucker, eat shit.
Much.
You have no idea what's out east. Even the people trying to bring the law back are dangerous.
This is our land. These are our roads.
And they're gonna have to go through Vegas. We both know who rules Vegas, John.
Hi, everybody.
I've never seen anyone cut off a human head and catch it as good as that.
This is gonna be fun. Peekaboo.
This never happened to me before. Really? Yeah. Oh, man.
Oh my God, it's DMV.
What's down the red line?
No, please.
Cool. Screams.
Yeah. Bravo. Bravo.
Why? I love the way Sweet Tooth looks, except for one thing. Why is his hair not on fire?
Because his hair's not on fire.
In the game, it is.
When he's a driver, or when
Yes, his hair is always on fire.
Oh yeah, it is. But I don't care. Why?
No, I just wish the fire was there.
I think. Listen. Can I say this? So I started watching it. I don't know about you because I have Peacock. I started watching it, and so this is a streaming for me because I'm gonna go through it. Some people beg to differ, but I'm gonna go through it. The CGI sucks, and I think that's why they didn't put the hair on fire. Because if you look in the beginning, there's some there's a post-apocalyptic views, and then there's some fires in the amongst the city, and the fire looks so fake that you could tell that we're going to do a good job with this project, but our post-production budget is low. Okay. So but they have great, wonderful actors, especially some from The Walking Dead, and I like it. The one-liners are the one-liners are just so funny. It catches you off guard. This is a series. It's not a movie. So you get your episodic views on. So I it's a streaming for me. What about you?
Oh, it's 100% a streaming for me. I don't mind if it has lackluster effects, as long as it's like entertaining. This is one of those series that doesn't need a high budget. I'm sitting there looking at the guns. I'm like, that's a plastic gun. That's an airsoft gun. Come on. And then she goes to cock the gun back, and the hammer goes back like that far. I'm like, no.
But listen, you have to understand, in that world, it may be that. It may be a 3D printed gun, post-apocalyptic, because there's so much things that they added to it. There's no such thing of a, that's like their windshield wipers look crazy. The car looks crazy. It has, add on, automatic machine guns on it. Like, come on, man. Like, that's the world that they live. So you can't sit here and take it too serious.
I like guns though.
We know, but you can't take this one too serious. And now with all the modifications that's happening with guns that's on the street, it's Twisted Metal.
Well, I'm excited to see. How many episodes are out right now?
I just started the first, and I paused it because I started getting tired. But I finished the first one. So I don't know if they're going to do like 3 at a time, but I finished the first one. I didn't look to check if all of them are out. But I did watch some other shows that we watch. So, but anyways, but one of the movies, Gerard, that did not make the cut because it came out of the blue because they got distribution at the last minute is A24's Talk to Me. Check it out.
Who's ready to be scared? Legit scared.
The trailer was really creepy. We usually trust A24. I just want to be scared.
I don't get scared easily. And after seeing this movie, could not sleep for a while. Danny and Michael, hello. Directors don't talk to me.
Very excited to share this with you and enjoy the movie.
Who's up? I'll do it.
I couldn't believe my eyes.
Kind of going like this.
Now say, talk to me.
Talk to me.
It keeps going. Gets under your skin.
Made me feel sick to my stomach.
Really spooky. Acting was fucking incredible.
You have no idea where it's going.
Best horror film of 2023.
They're not gonna stop.
It was fucking horrifying, man.
So did you recognize him? Who did you see?
At the end, I didn't recognize the person at the end.
Jake Jarvie was in there talking. He went and saw a private screen of it. But this is supposedly the most terrifying horror movie out there. And it's called Talk to Me. And we gotta check it out.
Well, I thought I put Talk to Me on one of the lists. Did I not? Did I not put it on?
No, you didn't. But I don't know. But let me just say
this. Because I've seen this trailer.
Yes, of course you've seen it because it came out and they put it everywhere. But I didn't think they prompt a lot of people on it. I think it was already shot, and the distributor got in touch with it and just kind of put it into America. So That's all about. But yeah, so are you going to see this one? Because I'm going to see this one. This is a thing for me too. So talk to me, guys. It's out in theaters. If you guys have seen it, let us know in the comments if it's a ticket or skip it. But in today's show, we got Kevin Bachar. Yes, it is our Shark Week, and he is in the studio today. And I'm so excited to talk to him, to my best friend in TV producing. It's Kevin, and I'm just every time when he's here, I'm in awe of all his attributes of and talents and creativity that he has. And so we're gonna be talking to him about Shark Week. Are you ready, man? We all got our blue today. We're looking good. All right, guys, check it out. Kevin Bachar.
Drag and roll.
Look at that. So there it is. Get the sling ready, boys. Get the sling. Up, Willie.
Our production team traveled to Dauphin Island, Alabama Sea Lab to film Marcus Dryman and his research into bird-eating sharks.
Look at that. Holy cow.
My name is Kevin Bachar, the director and cinematographer who filmed the action from above and below the seas, catching some truly amazing sharks. Whenever you find yourself in the water with these majestic animals, you certainly feel privileged. Being able to document the scientists as they carefully caught each animal was truly epic. And of course, I had the best view of anyone. One of the perks of being the cinematographer.
All right, up, Willie!
Of course, being there for the release when the shark swam away free and clear was super exciting.
Okay, Willie. Look at that. Look at that. There she goes. Oh, yeah. Well done.
I was joined by associate producer Steve Holloway for this shoot. Steve was the one who made everything run smooth.
That's good. Willie,
he kept us on schedule and made sure we got the shots. A drone was deployed during the shoot to catch some of the action from a higher angle. Piloting a drone over open water is not always an easy thing. At one point, the drone crashed into the side of the boat and lost one of its propellers. Fortunately, a spare was on board. We also filmed during the evening hours as Marcus Dryman's team continued to work into the darkness. As we found out, these man-made islands in the Gulf were bird magnets. At night, the oil rig stood out against the dark jet waters. Felt a bit Mad Max with the flames shooting out into the night sky. The rig's lights casting everything in a warm orange glow. In the end, the most exciting moment was when the bird feathers were found in the stomach of a tiger shark, and the transmitter was deployed on a known bird-eating shark, marking the first time that was ever done. Being there for the first time is what makes a National Geographic Wild show so special.
Whoa! The man of the hour, Kevin Bachar. What's up? How are you, sir?
Hey guys, how you doing? Hi, Will. Hey, Jared.
Good. How are you? How you feeling?
Doing great.
You look good.
Feeling good. How about you guys?
Good. We're all in our blues. We're ready for Shark Week. What? I mean, just seeing every look. Just Let's go. I was gonna put my Jaws poster like right behind like it or right in front of it right there. But yes, let's go. I love it. I'm so ready for it. Like, you guys, this is Shark Week. And I've like binge some shark documentaries like on Disney Plus and Peacock. We've been watching some sharks, but I'm so excited to have you on the show and talk to you about it. And let's dive right in. What, Gerard? I know you was going to say something. What's up, man?
What are y'all trying to figure out by sharks eating birds? Like, what was the end goal of looking into that? Because I'm curious.
Yeah, so what was pretty cool with that was for National Geographic Shark Fest. I do films for Shark Fest, which is National Geographic, and I also do Shark Week, so for both those guys. And so what was happening is like, look, tiger sharks will eat a seagull, they'll eat an albatross, those are seabirds. But what was happening is they were finding feathers in the tiger sharks from like the birds in your backyard, like songbirds. And it's like, wait, how is a tiger shark? Wait, are we talking land shark here? Are tiger sharks getting into our backyards?
No, Sharknadoes.
Yeah, exactly. So what happened is a lot of those birds that are in our backyards, they migrate from Central America and South America. I mean, it's pretty incredible. You don't think about it, but during the winter, when the birds fly south, they fly back to South America. And a bunch of these birds fly over the Gulf of Mexico, which is incredible. It's this huge body of water. And these little birds have to fly the whole way. Well, what happens is they were finding these songbird feathers in the sharks, and they couldn't figure it out. Like, well, how are they doing? Are the sharks just randomly sort of like waiting for a bird to fall into the water, or is there something else going on here? And what happened was they put the transmitters on the sharks, and they found the sharks were hanging out at the oil rigs. So what would happen is the birds would be flying over the Gulf. They'd see the oil rigs, and they think that was land. So they'd fly down, and these birds are like dead tired. It's like if you just ran a marathon. So they land on the oil rig, and they think they've crossed the finish line, but they haven't. They still have to keep going to get to the land. So a lot of them just, they tap out. I'm done, and they fall into the water. The tiger shark is so smart, they hang around there, and they get the songbird. So by putting the transmitters in, they were able to see that the tiger shark were hanging out at the oil rigs.
So eating birds. Well, that's crazy.
So are we affecting with having a man-made land out there? Are we affecting the population of birds? Are we affecting maybe some of the dietary habits of sharks? They eating birds are eating inland food or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's sort of they're eating birds. It's not enough that it's actually affecting the populations. I mean, that's a good question. You always wonder if we're sort of intruding and sort of affecting wild behaviors. But it is affecting the wild behaviors of the birds, but not in enough where it's affecting populations.
Okay, cool. That was interesting.
So recently, I've actually understood or got information that sharks are ingesting cocaine. So so we got
that. I don't know about that.
Well. Here, this is what I want to tell you, Kevin. This is what I heard. So when people are smuggling drugs over, they're dropping the drugs into the water. The sharks are now ingesting it, and then they're swimming to the shores. And when the people are swimming in Miami, now these sharks are now more heightened, more aggressive, and they're now killing. Do you see that that's happening, or
no?
In your experience,
look, that's not happening, and it's
no cocaine sharks.
Yeah, there are no real cocaine sharks.
Okay, all right. I just so you hear it here, guys.
Yeah.
That's probably like what happened when Discovery did several years ago. They're like, when they found bones, it's dragons. They made that whole show about dragons or whatever. Did anybody else remember that? Besides
they did the mermaid bones, and then they did the megalodon is real. They were what do they call faux documentaries?
Okay.
They're still fun to watch, though.
Yeah.
So
I like that stuff. Yeah.
So I want to talk about this. So you've been a producer and a cinematographer and in the water and out of the water shooting sharks.
Right.
Tell us, what are the steps? Like what goes into creating a TV show about sharks?
Well, you come up with the idea. Like this year, we had two shows on Shark Fest for Nat Geo. We had Sharkano Hawaii, and that idea was sort of like, hey, sharks are attracted to volcanoes. Why are they attracted to volcanoes? So we went about showing the reasons sharks are attracted to volcanoes. And then we had done an earlier film, Sharks versus Dolphins, for Nat Geo. And this was Sharks versus Dolphins 2, which was specifically looking at the Bahamas and sort of the bimini and the attacks on dolphins by sharks there. You don't think about it, but sharks and dolphins are prey to sharks. In fact, where we were filming in the Bahamas, up to 30% of the dolphins have shark bites on them, which means a shark went after them. So that shows they're pursuing them. So, you put in 30%, and then you got to figure out how many aren't getting away. And so you've realized dolphins are a part of the shark's diet. So we were trying to see which sharks were feeding on the dolphins. How big does a shark need to be to feed on a dolphin?
I mean, we've all seen Nemo. We heard it from the sharks themselves. They don't eat fish, but they eat sharks.
Stop.
It's funny, the correlation. Now,
please, Kevin, don't mind him. Go ahead.
Now, here's what I'm wondering. You're about how many dives have you done when you went and filmed? Do you have a set number? Is it too many to count?
I don't have a set number, but I've been in the water, numerous times with sharks. Whether with great whites, I've been in a cage. You have a lot of great cinematographers film outside the cage. I was in a cage. I've filmed in the water with sharks, not in a cage. That's with tiger sharks, and white tips, and bull sharks, hammerheads out of the cage, filming those. So it's sort of I've done both. I don't know if there's a set number.
So how'd you prepare for it? You got the phone call. Hey, we want you to come film sharks. Like, can you walk me through the process of preparing? Are you staying on the boat if it's a couple days? Are you? I don't know.
I've done. That's again a great question, Jared. Sometimes you do what's called liveaboards, where you head out for a couple days. Like that little clip they showed you at the beginning there. We were off of Alabama. And we were out for a few days. We went close to 80 miles offshore to sort of film the sharks there. When we go to Guadalupe, Mexico, you're on a liveaboard and you're working off a boat there. When we filmed in Hawaii, that I just filmed in Bimini and off of Florida and so forth, we go out on day trips. So you leave really early in the morning and you come back usually end of day. So those are the days. So it varies. It could be overnights, or it could be just going out for day trips.
I see that, and we asked you this question, like how are you scared of getting into the waters? And this is not my territory, clearly. But have you ever worked with someone that just clammed up and just like couldn't get in the water with these sharks, because this is their territory and we're visitors, right? And I kind of got some chills looking at your photos, videos, and I thought to myself, I can't do it. I wouldn't. Kevin got bigger balls than I do. Kevin, how big of a balls do you need to get in these waters?
You know what? It doesn't really take that. I mean, men, women, anybody can swim with sharks. Willie, I'll get you in the water one day with sharks.
Kevin, I want to do it, but I'll be holding on to you, treading water.
No, if you're going to get him in the water, you got to do the big ones. We want them with the great whites.
Yeah, the great whites. It's sort of we're all living in dangerous places. I mean, you're down in Georgia, Atlanta. I'm in New York, and you got in Tennessee, Jared. It's sort of like you walk in the city, you get hit by a car. You get somebody rob you, this or that. It's sort of like it's all about awareness. Like you're in a you go, I got to be careful. There's a lot of cars around here. And so once you have that awareness and you understand, and just like with us, it's like, oh, wait, why is there a commotion over there? Or, oh, wait, that dude looks like he's angry. He's talking to himself and he's got a sledgehammer in his hand. I'm going to cross the street. Sharks can warn you too. Sharks do things where they'll put their pectoral fins. Those are the fins that look like airplane wings. They'll point them back when they're kind of feeling threatened and aggressive. They'll arch their back. They'll start sometimes maybe swimming faster and darting. And so these are all signs that'll tell you, hey, I got to pay more attention to this shark over here. Again, just like if you're on a busy street and people are sort of like, wait, these guys are driving erratic. I'm going to slow down. You're on the highway. These guys, that guy looks drunk. I'm going to back off a little, let him pass me, or I'm going to pass him. So it's the same thing with sharks. And it's with any wild animal. It's like sharks, because of Jaws, has this bad reputation. But our dogs kill more people every year than sharks. I mean, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't think people perceive how important sharks are in the ecosystem. I mean, when people think sharks, they think apex predators. But the reason they're so good for the ecosystem is when they hunt fish, they can't catch healthy fish all day. But they catch a sick fish. They catch the fish with what's the word for it? Disabilities, and but they're born with a bad tail or something, and they catch those fish so they don't repopulate into the population. So you get A+ species across. But I guess we just demonize sharks. Now you can see there's fear.
Yeah,
because they are dangerous. We don't know, but they are dangerous, and we don't know them. Yeah, we don't.
Yeah. But it's funny. We've had these discussions. I mean, you guys do it all the time, the what ifs. It's sort of like, look, I'll point it to you. Like, what would you rather be? You're in the water and there's a shark swimming around you, or you're in the middle of a meadow and there's a grizzly bear circling around you. What would you rather have?
Whoa! I don't know. Look, this is. I see when you say these things, I to look at the creative mind, just it goes there. I go there, and I'm working on this trip that has bears at there, and seeing cocaine bear and hearing about cocaine with sharks. I don't want to do neither. Like I just wouldn't do it. I'm black. I would just not go. I'll just stay home. What about you, Gerard? I wouldn't know. I don't know.
That's a difficult question because if we're just putting this in scenario, I'm trying to hunt bears, okay? So I'm like, I would love to see some bears, but at the same time, I'm there with a purpose. But then you're like talking like, if I'm just there, what would I rather be stuck with? Probably the shark. Probably the shark. Because bears.
You're in the field. You're wearing a t-shirt and shorts. The other one, you're in the water with your bathing suit and so forth. It's like, which do you think you have a better chance with, a grizzly bear or a shark? I don't know, but it's sort of like we demonize the shark way more than we do bears. Bears are like, oh, a teddy bear, oh, a cuddly bear, oh, Yogi Bear, and all that stuff. It's
hey, boo boo.
Oh,
hey, boo boo.
Oh, forget about it.
I would have. Go ahead, Gerard. Sorry.
Fuck that grizzly bear looks cute, but if that thing's a sow with a couple cubs, because the cubs will hide. That mama's coming to kill
the
you.
mama, yeah, and you can't. Sometimes you can't outrun a bear, and they're forced.
You can't. They run like 30 miles an hour.
So I will kind of will just sit with the shark and just like, how you doing?
No, I mean, if you really are going to a place with bears, I mean, you need to be and Gerard, you know this because you hunt bears. It's sort of like you need to be what's called bear aware. So you have to. You should make noise when you're hiking. If you're hiking around a blind bend, you should make noise. Have a whistle so the bear knows you're coming. So you don't sneak up on a bear because that's the worst thing. Second of all, you're never going to outrun a bear. So your best thing is to stand and try to make yourself look as big as possible. And the third thing is, if you do get attacked, you're supposed to curl yourself in a fetal position. And just
kiss your butt goodbye.
And just sort of like hope it passes.
Listen, I love it when you're on the show. Listen, I love it when Kevin's on the show. I learn so much. I really do. Like I'm like checking and writing these mental notes down because I'm about to be in the wilderness, taking a vacation, and I swear to you. Listen, there's these two videos you sent me. One was so peaceful. I was like, oh, I want to do that. I want to swim with a shark with Kevin. And the other one was terrifying. Do you know what I'm talking about? Those two videos? And I want to play them and show our viewers what it's about. Here it is, guys. Check it out.
Filming Shark Fest. The things we do for Nat Geo.
Can you tell us those experiences?
So the first one is we were filming lemon sharks, and lemon sharks, especially where we were filming off of Florida, I think that is sort of they're so conditioned because people dive with them. They hear the sound of the engine, they think food, and they'll come sort of swarming around the boat. So those are the lemon sharks. And the other, we were again off of Florida, and you guys know how the weather is. 1 minute it's nice, and then the next minute a squall line comes in, and you're like in the middle of a perfect storm, and you're hitting 10-foot seas and almost whiteout conditions. And that's, you hunker down and you hope for it to pass, and hopefully you make it back. And that's kind of what we do as documentary filmmakers. We're out in the wild, we're out in the world, we're out in the weather. And that's how you get those shots that people enjoy watching.
I don't know how you could do that again. Go ahead, Gerard.
See, the whole ordeal with sharks and stuff is something I find fascinating, and I can see myself getting passionate with it. I'm a big conservationist. How can people get involved with conservation with sharks or just the marine life in general? Because I don't understand how to get involved with it. I was trying to figure this stuff out.
There's a number of organizations. There's SOS, Save Our Sharks. I think if you Google shark conservation, there's a number of organizations that you can find out. I mean, look, part of it starts with just what we're trying to do here is sort of like understanding sharks and not demonizing them, and sort of understanding that they're not out there to get you, and not like starting to be like, oh, I hope they kill all the sharks. I mean, if you start to go, oh, they're part of the environment, they're important. I think that's the first step. I mean, and you're a hunter, and sort of you understand how important wildlife is. It's sort of like,
Oh, absolutely.
it's sort of not only the wildlife but the environment they live in. You know, a lot of times people think hunters and fishermen are anti-wildlife. It's like, no, they're the biggest conservationists. They want the forest to be maintained. They want the oceans to be clean, because once those things go, you lose hunting, you lose fishing, and if you're hunting for sustainability and so forth, it's all good. It's sort of like, hey, guess what? Fishing permits help pay for conservation. Hunting permits pay for conservation. Sort of when it's done ethically and it's done right, there's no problem with hunting and fishing.
I love that you said that. Yeah. A lot of people don't get, every time hunting is the number one conservation thing out there, in my opinion. And I think it's also proved also financially, I believe, as well. Don't quote me on these. Yep, that's scary facts. Because every time you buy something with camouflage on it, or you buy something that's fishing related or hunting related, even if the company they have to, it's a tax bill. They had to send X amount of dollars off that sale to conservation. So a lot of people who just wear camo has actually helped conservation towards hunting. It's funny.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I do know, like, permits go to that. Any type of hunting permits or fishing permits and so forth. So, but in terms of sharks, yeah, Save Our Sharks. There are other organizations. Just Google shark conservation. If there's an aquarium nearby where you live, check out the aquarium. Almost all aquariums tank. You'll probably meet somebody there. You can ask, hey, what can I do? How can I help? And so forth. But I think it starts with everybody. Don't demonize sharks. Don't think a dead shark is a good shark. They're out there in the wild. It's really cool to know these creatures that have been around longer than dinosaurs are still with us, and we want them to be there for a lot longer.
So, how was it your first time? How was your first time jumping into an infested sea of a water full of sharks? How was it? Talk us through those steps.
I mean, I loved it. It was sort of, it's something I always wanted to do. I'm one of the people who Jaws influenced me. It's sort of kind of what I do. It sort of like made me fascinated with sharks. It's interesting. You talk to a lot of biologists, and it's because of Jaws that they are shark biologists, because it made them go like, wow, how much of this is real in Jaws? How much is this a fake? How much is this, could sharks really do this? So they become biologists. And I became a natural history filmmaker because of Jaws. And so the first time I got a chance to swim with sharks, I was super excited. I'm not trying to paint myself as some sort of like superhero or anything, but there was no fear. It was total excitement, total enjoyment. Oh, I can't wait to do this. Again, part of it is the preparation and knowing and being able to sort of like, hey, I know I'm going to be okay. This is okay. I know what to look out for this. I have people behind me. A lot of times when you're in the water, you have safety divers if you're filming, because you're concentrating on filming. So a lot of times you don't see it, but with all those people, there's safety divers behind them watching their back and so forth. You don't really dive alone. There's always somebody with you to make sure you're going to be okay. So even though your back is turned to the sharks, there's somebody watching your back,
Yeah, I think for me, it's the preparation, not understanding the preparation, how long you need to go through and train to prep for a dive like this. But like, even if you're in water and something goes wrong, it's like, you cannot talk, you can't scream, you're muted. So understanding what you have to do in order to shoot sharks is very important. It's like, I've been on sets where safety is like number one. Have you found, I mean, I can say being in the water, there's more precaution in shooting in water than on set. Is that true? And what is the precautions like?
Yeah. So before we go out, that's a great question, Willie. So people understand, like, before we go out on any shoot, such as the shark shows we're doing, we have a paramedic, an emergency medical technician, prepare for us what's called an EAP. That's an emergency action plan. Okay. And that everybody gets a copy of that. I love that. That's a white shark, and it looks like it's smiling.
Smiling. I would freak out.
Anyway, but we do an emergency action plan, and that lets everybody know, okay, if this happens, somebody gets decompression sickness from the bends. Here's the nearest decompression chamber. We go this, you call this number, you call that. Here's the Coast Guard. He's the people who could do the flights. Somebody gets bit. Here you do tourniquet, stabilize. So everybody knows on the boat what needs to happen. A lot of times depending on how far we are and so forth, we might even have a paramedic with us on the boat, to be there. So it's never just, hey, jump in the water and so forth. Everybody sort of knows what to do in case something goes wrong. And knock on wood, I've never had that happen. So that's good. In terms of, filming on the water, it's a lot harder just because of the conditions, as you saw with that earlier video, where that was a beautiful sunny day, and within like an hour or so, we had these terrible squalls come in, and you're stuck on the water. It's not like you could head in or something. It's sort of like you're far enough out where you got to sit it out and wait it out. There's a famous line for Jaws, since we're talking about sharks, where Steven Spielberg wanted to film the movie on the water because the studio execs wanted him to film it on the sets and on the back lot. And he insisted on filming on the water. And the head of the studio, Sidney Sheinberg, said, shooting on water is like balancing marbles on a beach ball. So that's what shooting on water is like.
I remember hearing that watching the Jaws Insight story, which we're going to talk about shortly here. Can you tell us about this picture here and what are we looking at here?
How big is that shark first?
Yeah, how big is he?
That's a shark. That's off of Chatham, Massachusetts, and that's a crazy story up there. So Chatham, Massachusetts, it's part of Cape Cod. Beautiful beaches, and it used to be no seals were up there. And then what happened? We started to get a growing seal population, and once you bring in the food, it's just like if I have an empty table, nobody's around it. If I bring out a nice big pizza, what's going to happen? Everybody's going to come around it. So the seals started coming back to the beaches there off of Chatham. And once the seals came, the great whites came. And this is off of Chatham. That's about a 14, maybe 15-foot great white. And we're doing some filming and trying to get a transmitter on it so we could track them.
It looks like you need a bigger boat.
I know, right? Right?
Now,
I'm like, look at the size of that. But go ahead,
now,
Gerard.
Now, is that what do they call a gag? Is it a gag for when like they use it on fishing boats? They get the fish and they bring them up instead of tearing the line. Is that what you're about to do? Are y'all trying to gag like a?
No. I can't remember. Either he's got a camera at the end of that pole, or they're about ready to tag the shark with the transmitter.
Yeah, that's why it looked like he maybe had like a hypodermic needle or something that he's going to stick it in. It's going to.
Exactly. It sticks into the shark and then it stays on, and then it's got a dissolving tag, so then it dissolves off.
Now, we've been tagging sharks for how many years now? What have we been doing it like 20, 30 years now?
Probably longer, It's sort of in terms of just plain old tags, in terms of so you could, if somebody catches one, you could read it and you could get a sense of like how big it was and so forth. So if you're fishing sharks, which you can do, and you fish a shark that's been tagged, you're supposed to then take that tag, because it might have the data point as to when it was on, so they could track, this shark swam here. This shark was this big, now it's that big. So it's a form of conservation.
Now, when you guys were catching the shark, did you ever pull up one with a tag on it and actually get to like look into and see how old that shark is and get a little information?
I never have, but others have. Yeah, so they will give them the data. And just so you know, that photo over my shoulder, that's a great white. That's off of Chatham too. That's about a 13, 12-foot shark right there.
Whoa! Let me hold on. I gotta zoom in on you so we can look at that. Look at this, guys. Look at the shadow of the shark. Check it out.
So that's the shark right there. And it looks like it's in the Bahamas. The water's so crystal clear, but that was off at Chatham, Massachusetts. And that's maybe 80 feet offshore.
Wow.
Well, so, they're catching them off the beaches right now. Because I was watching a guy the other day. They're fishing specifically for great whites off the beaches. So, and they just paddleboard out a couple, like 100 feet or 100 yards or something.
Yeah, they're there. But just so you know, you cannot catch a white shark. If you catch a white shark, you have to release it. It's illegal to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's a lot of sharks are protected. So
right, just like eagles, you can't.
Yeah,
you can't
just like
catch.
eagles, right?
Yeah,
and that's me off of Hawaii, and that was filming a tiger shark. So that's about
look at that.
He just wants a cuddle.
Yeah, that's a 14-foot tiger, and that's for the Sharkano film Hawaii. We were filming for Nat Geo.
So what happened here? Did he come up to like breach to look at you, or is he eating?
Yeah, you know what happens is we did a film also called Jaws versus Boats, which was looking at how sharks are seen attacking boats, but they're not really attacking boats. And one of the things that happens is anything metal gives off an electrical field when you hit it, put it into salt water. Also, the engine of a boat will send off an electrical field. Even our bodies will send off electrical fields, and sharks have a system of picking up electrical fields. It's on their snout. You can almost see it on this one, but if you Google a picture and you do shark snout, you'll see these little black dots, and those are called the ampullae of Lorenzini. And what they do is they pick up electrical signals in the water. They're able to pick up those signals, and this shark right there was kind of probably picking up some of the electrical signals coming off the back of the boat near the engine, and so they'll come to try to investigate it with their mouths. And that's how sharks investigate things. And sort of they don't have hands like
they got to do it with their mouth. Yeah.
They do it with their mouth. And to be honest, that's most shark attacks are that. It's sort of like they're swimming, we're giving off those signals, and the shark a lot of times visually will look at us and say, "Oh, that's not what I eat. That's not a seal. That's not a large tuna. That's not whatever else a shark might be eating, a certain fish or something." So they'll bypass us. Other sharks, a lot of shark attacks sometimes are juvenile sharks or smaller sharks. They're not sure yet, so they come in and to see what it is. They do the old, and they'll do that a little, and then they'll go, "Wait, I don't like that," or "I don't know what that is," and then they'll let go, and they'll swim away. Now the problem is that little motion can be catastrophic.
Yes.
You know, whereas you and I might do that and touch it and feel it, that's not catastrophic. But for a shark to do this, clamp down and do a little wriggle raggle, that then can mean you're severing your femoral artery or taking a part of your rib cage out, or sometimes it's a little bite and then release right away because they go, "Oh, that's not it right away." But that's what a shark attack is. They're not targeting humans. And that's why you don't really see where people are eaten and they never recover the body. It's because they do that and they release it and it's catastrophic. So that's what a shark attack almost always is. That's why it's a shark incident, they like to call it, than a shark attack.
So those old wise tale that sharks get the taste for human flesh, it's just wise tales.
Yeah,
it has to be. Yeah.
Yeah, it just doesn't exist. It's not really an attack, and scientists have gone a long way to really start to call them shark incidents.
Mm-hmm.
They're an incident. It's an incident of a shark meeting a human. They didn't mean to attack; they were just seeing what it was.
Now, crocodiles, on the other hand, will do that.
Yeah, they're different. That's a whole different story.
Yeah, I think most animals, it's a lot of times, a crocodile or a bear will attack a human. Sometimes it's because we're surprised. Sometimes it is like, "Oh, that's easy prey." It's sort of like, because to be honest, whether it's lions attacking us or anything, we as humans, when it comes to the natural world, we have no really great defenses, when it's just us, ourselves, and no weapons or anything, we're kind of helpless out there.
I don't know. I feel like I could box a black bear. I feel no.
No, you can't. No,
yeah. I'd pay for that. Can we set that up?
Right. Let's go. I'm with you, Kevin. So Jaws was like has been one of the popular movies out there. It grossed 100 million, right?
I forget. It's one of those things where it was 1975, so inflationary, it'd be like one of the top films of all time.
Right. How did that thought become, or how did the documentary become Jaws: The Inside Story? Who decided to make that happen?
We were doing a series of films for A&E. They were called Inside Stories, where we would look at a film from concept all the way.
I remember that.
And we did a few. We did Animal House, and with Animal House we had the full cast. We had the director Ivan Reitman. We had everybody who was in that film, Kevin Bacon, everybody, the writers. We also did Caddyshack. We interviewed everybody on that except Bill Murray. So we did a few, and then we said, "Hey, let's do Jaws," and we took to A&E, and they said, "Yeah, but can you get people?" Now, unfortunately, Robert Shaw and Roy Scheider had passed away, but Richard Dreyfuss we interviewed. We interviewed John Williams, whose famous score, "Dun dun dun."
Yeah.
We interviewed Steven Spielberg. We interviewed all the other actors and the writers and so forth. And we did that. It was a special for A&E called Jaws: The Inside Story. And it ended up doing really well for them, and it ended up being also nominated for a Primetime Emmy for Best Doc.
Yes. Now I'm trying to. Now I know we uploaded the video, and I'm still trying to find it. But that was taken. When was that shot and produced?
That was done about 10 years ago or so, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm trying to find it still, you guys. But I do have Jaws versus Boats and Shark of Hawaii.
Oh yeah,
Shark of Hawaii is Shark of Hawaii. That's recent. That's really recent.
Yeah, Sharknado Hawaii is on. Was just this past. I think it aired like last week or 2 weeks ago. Same thing with Sharks versus Dolphins, Battleground Bahamas, and they're all available on Disney Plus. I have five or six films on Disney Plus right now.
Kevin, I was watching your show and didn't realize it.
Yeah.
Bro, I was watching your show. I literally sat there. I watched all of it. Oh my gosh, you guys, check it out. Shark of Hawaii.
Hawaii, a realm of breathtaking beauty. But don't let the scenic calm fool you. Every day in these blue waters, battles unfold. Because this is shark paradise. No matter their size, Hawaii has what these predators need. And this island chain may become home to the biggest shark yet.
So that
go ahead.
Yeah, no, that's actually a PBS Nature special we did, Sharks of Hawaii. So my films are on Disney Plus. They're on Discovery, and that's PBS Sharks of Hawaii. Yeah.
And they're actually majestic creatures. I mean, they're beautiful. Seeing that great white swim that way. Go ahead.
That's why I wanted to mark on. Like, you get to see something that not a lot of people get to see. It's remarkable because what really stuck out to me was that one scene with the sharks going after the little school of fish, and it looked like you were underneath like a coral reef that had like a whole underground area. And
I have to say I didn't film that one. That was Alex Werschefeld and Cully Kasamugi. Those are the guys who worked on that, and they were great. I mean, they were right there in the middle of that the bait ball, they call it, and the sharks coming into the bait ball. So so that was for PBS Nature. So I do shark films for a wide variety of sort of networks. It's because of this film Jaws that I'm fascinated by sharks.
How do you feel being a part of the zeitgeist of nature docusoaps? Like, how do you feel? Like you're literally part of it. You created something magnificent where kids and adults will tune in to watch. How does that make you feel?
I love the fact that sort of, these films that we do sort of hopefully educate and entertain and maybe inspire somebody to say, hey, I want to become a biologist, or hey, I want to help sharks, or I've done films on lions and killer whales and giraffes and giant leeches and vampire bats. So all these creatures deserve our sort of protection and our interest and our hopes for conserving all these animals to make sure they're around for other generations.
Absolutely. Now you've dove with sharks. Have you ever had a scary situation with the sharks?
Yes.
I have to say I haven't. I mean, I've not. I mean, it's sort of I've not had any sort of like killing experience. I wish I could make one up for you and sort of like talk about the time I had to beat it off with my dive knife and so forth. But no,
none of that.
I haven't had that.
No,
wow.
I love that you could say that, because that's just getting more affected.
No, let's be real. Let's be real. He's thinking, the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swim with a shark and eat a can of tuna right by. Like, that's Gerard right there. That's
No.
That's what. Yes. You. I know
I can't
you.
play those games because I'm going to dive with great whites. I've already looked at one place. I'm going to do it. I think I'm looking like off Cape Town, not off Cape.
Really?
Somewhere over there. But
yes. So, there's South Africa and there's places in New Zealand and there used to be Guadalupe, Mexico, but that's kind of been shut down. So it's getting less and less places you could do it.
Now, you're not afraid of sharks. Everybody's afraid of sharks. Is there anything in the ocean down there that actually scares you?
Yes, I want to know.
I nothing really. The thing that scares me is that stupid little bacteria that brain-eating bacteria.
Oh yes, in Georgia.
Yeah.
Someone died about that. Yeah,
in North Carolina, where
from
it's
amoeba or something like that.
It could get into cuts and stuff like that when you're in very warm, salty water, and because I swim, I'm in the ocean because I live here on Long Island, so I'm in the water all the time. So if there's anything, I'm not scared of it. I'm not like nervous, but it's just that's the thing that I hate that. I hate jellyfish too. I hate getting stung by a jellyfish.
I thought you were going to say either the man of war or the sea snake. I was thinking something venomous.
Man of war is like a form of jellyfish, and so that's up there. And sea snakes, they're highly venomous and it's sort of very dangerous. But they're in the they're a South Pacific sort of fish. Not fish. They're a South Pacific sort of reptile. They're not around where I am on the East Coast, and it's really hard to get bit by a sea snake. They don't really swim and get you. People who get bit by sea snakes more than often are fishermen who are bringing up nets and stuff, and they're going through the catch, and it's a bycatch of the snake, and the snake bites them because they're not aggressive in any shape, way, or form. You got to remember, for a sea snake, any snake, and you're out in the wild, Gerard, it's sort of like snakes, especially venomous snakes. They don't want to expand their venom on a human because they need their venom to actually eat. So to expand their venom on a human is bad for them because they're not going to eat you. So they now might have to go a while without a meal, which is not good. So sea snakes, same way. They're highly venomous, but you got nothing to worry about from them.
Wow, I am learning so much. I keep saying that because I'm soaking it all in like a sponge. This is great. So
jellyfish is a scary one. I gotta admit.
Yeah, jellyfish. Go ahead.
Have you got a chance to work with Forrest Gallet? I can't pronounce his last name, but he's he finds he's trying to find extinct animals. He's done several other documentaries. I'm just curious. I like his stuff. I listen to a lot of his stuff. I'll see if you had the opportunity to work with him. Forrest Gallagher?
Look, what's pretty cool about the world is sort of there's still tons of fish that haven't been sort of, identified yet. There's still animals out there, whether it's birds or mammals and insects that are still unknown to us, which is really cool.
Yeah. That's really cool. So we're about at that time, but I want to play a game with you. Is that okay? We got we got true or false, 5 sharks, things to know about sharks. And
hopefully I know the answer. If I don't know the answer,
Look, we're trying to give away some prizes. So if you guys are watching, you guys tune in, hashtag Shark Week. If you guys hashtag Shark Week, you will be into a drawing to win tickets to Georgia Pop and Horror Con that's coming up this weekend. I always say that. I always say Georgia Popcorn. I don't know why I say that, but it's hashtag Shark Week. Hashtag Shark Week, guys. All right, here we go. All right, so let's put up that game and let's see what we got going on. You ready, Kevin?
Yeah.
So this is 5. It's true or false. So I'm gonna read it to you, and you just let me know your thoughts. And then if you can expound on that, if it's true or if it's false, then go right ahead. We want to hear from you because you're full of talent and just education. Here we go. All right. So our first one is true or false. The sharks do not have bones. True or false?
That is true. They have cartilage, which is kind of what's in your ear. That sort of malleable material. It's what's on the tip of your nose and in your ear. So sharks do not have bones. That is true.
That is true. Okay. All right. That is correct. Let's see here. Most sharks have good eyesight.
I mean, sharks have eyesight. They have ears too. They you don't see their ears. They have holes. They don't have external ears, but they have hearing. They also have really great smell. I mean, they're like all predators. You know, some sharks have better eyesight than others, but I'd say that's true.
Okay. All right. That is true. Shark skin feels similar to sandpaper. Is that true?
It is true. It's sort of, if you go the opposite way, it's I think they're called denticles, and it sort of gets a rough little feel. So that is true.
Yes, that is true. All right. Sharks can go into a trance. Is that true or false?
Well, it's certain sharks, if you turn them upside down, it's called tonic immobility. And so it'll calm the shark down. And so I guess you can say it can put him in a trance. So, yes.
Wow. We are learning some things tonight, guys. Woo! Next one. What do we got? Sharks have been around a very long time. Is this true or false?
That is true. They've been around longer than the dinosaurs. So
longer than dinosaurs, y'all.
They've been around a really, really long time.
Now, looking at this picture here, is this shark in an aggressive state or more relaxed?
You know, it's hard to tell because it's frozen. You know, it's sort of. Let's say that's a relaxing shark. That's a beautiful shark. He's just swimming along. That's a chill shark, man.
All right, yeah, you did it. It's all true. You did it. You did it. Congratulations, buddy. That's awesome.
You've done several different. You've done a bunch of dives. Is there anything else on your bucket list when it comes to working with sharks, or just the marine life in general?
I'd love to see. I filmed some whales a bunch of times, humpbacks, and filmed some sperm whales. I've been in the water with orcas, killer whales. I'd love to see a blue whale, which is the largest animal ever to ever to be on the earth. The blue whale is larger than any dinosaur, larger than any creature. So one day I'd love to see a blue whale.
Yeah, I remember when the whales were walking across the fields of Tennessee. Just
well, whales. Hey, here's the thing: whales were land animals. That's how they evolved.
Wait, say that one more time. You kind of dropped out. Say it one more time for me, Kevin.
Whales were perceived to be, they were mammals at one point from the land, and they evolved to ocean animals. So
no way.
Yeah, you know, so whatever, hundreds of millions of years ago, you might have seen them walking around Tennessee, and you might have seen them walking around Tennessee after a really busy Friday night, Gerard. You know.
All right, we're at that time where the guest gets to have the final say, the final thoughts. Let us know what's good, Kevin. What's next for you? Where can we find you so we can follow you? All right, here we go. Let's do it.
Hey, I'd like to thank Willie and Yup, That's Scary, and Gerard. I'd like to say Kevin Bachar, producer, director. If you're interested in what I have to say, I'm on Twitter. I'm also on Instagram, so you can find me there. Just Google my name, Kevin Bachar, Bachar, and a bunch of stuff will come up. Take it easy.
All right. Thank you so much again. We do appreciate you for having you during Shark Week. Thank you so much. I'll be talking to you soon. God bless you. Yes. Oh my gosh. And you know what? I want to do an activation with us at SharkCon in Tampa, Florida. I really do. I heard it was a great show too. So I want to check it out. So we'll be talking soon. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Kevin.
Peace.
Wow, man. I'm like, that's a man.
I want to go on the boat. Next time he's out there film. I want to hey, but I'll chuck the chum. I don't care. Give me the grunt work. I'll go out there stare in the water for sharks.
Listen, I love having friends in the TV world that do just amazing things. Like I was talking to another producer friend of mine, and he was like, "Yeah, you want to work on the show? Like we're doing. I'm not going to name the network. Well, it was Sci-Fi, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm going to get you this job and like producing this one show." And I'm just like, I'm scared. And like I love these producers in TV because they got cojones. Like they're like, no, we're gonna create and we're gonna make some money and we're gonna do something. And he's one of them. And I just love, and he's smart. It's not like some guy that's creating just crazy TV just because. No, he's creating education. He's creating things that make you go, and thrillers and all that stuff. I mean, The Inhabitant. I mean, it was a great thriller, and I cannot wait. And not only that, I just want to say this about Kevin. He wrote another screenplay that just got picked up by he just emailed me by Mars Vista. They cannot tell us the movie title because of course the movie title is going to change, but it's in pre-production. And again, I'm going to have him back out because it's like the next Jaws, and I'm excited for him.
You forget
He sold another screenplay. He sold another
forgot
screenplay
that
for Sharks. For
I
Sharks.
forgot he was a writer too. You
Yes,
know,
he's yeah.
we were so in depth with talking about sharks. First, I love talking about animals, but he's also a screenwriter.
Yes, he's a screenwriter and he's with the WGA. He's also a producer. He's an Emmy Award winner. Yes, I mean, look, I don't want to forget his accolades, but because of the strike, I think we did a good job.
Yeah,
because he is a part of the strike, but we did a good job. You know what I mean? We did a good job. So with him, and so I love the guy.
I like talking conservations, and sharks get such a bad rap. You know, people think they're evil and scaring me. They're not. I mean, you know what? There's understanding to have some fear of it because there is some fear to it, but also fear can be respect. You got to respect nature, and what people need to fear is crocodiles.
Right. I mean, look at the stuff that he has made. Sharks versus dolphins. You know, world's most dangerous sharks. I mean, like, look, Jaws and boats. Like, this is Jaws and versus boats, y'all. Check it out. It's very.
In the sea battle between sharks and boats, the sharks appear to target one area.
Oh, God. The shark was definitely most interested in the motors more than anything. It would come under the water and grab the bottom of the propellers.
No way.
You could hear a large thumping sound and then a scrape as its teeth hit the motors and props themselves. I thought either we're going to lose an engine or we're going to have to paddle ourselves home. Oh, God.
This isn't a case of missing a chump on a chum bag.
That's all I'm going to show. That's all I'm going to show because I forgot it was 4 minutes, but that's what he was talking about. We were just talking about
that's what he's, you know what people, you know, people are afraid of sharks attacking their boats right now. What you need to be afraid of is killer whales. Have you heard the story going on that pod of killer whales? They're called pods when they're herds, right?
Right,
I believe so. That pod of killer whales attacking boats, and they're like, people are like fleeing, like wide open, trying to run. And these orcas like, we going to sink this. They won't kill the people, apparently, what I've heard. And they're like, they'll lead the people there floating, but they'll destroy the boats because, you know, they're smart animals. I think what happened was a boat struck and killed one of the lead pack members, like the female or whatever, and now she's training them to kill. Something along the lines of that.
You know what? That's what they call killer whales, first of all. And let me just say this. I went whale watching before in California, and I was blessed to be able, and I recommend everyone do it at some point because let me just say this. When I was on a boat full of like what I would say 20 people of my classmates and a big old whale. I saw a hunchback. I saw a killer whale. But when they breach that water and they splash, and you see how big they are and how small your boat is,
yeah,
the fear inside starts to rattle something. Your thoughts, everything. You're like, this is a small boat. They can take us out. One tail plop. We're done. Go ahead, belly flop on me. I want to see the biggest belly flop in the world. we're gonna drown today. I'm not gonna see my mama today. Like, I'm dead serious. There's something in you that goes, oh, I thought I was something. I thought I was top of the food chain, but an incident can literally take me out.
Mm-mm.
And let me tell you this: we're so interested in the sky and figure out all what's up in the UFOs when our deep seas hasn't even been discovered yet. I mean it. It hasn't even been. We have species still that we have not identified yet. Kevin,
Well,
we're just talking about it.
We keep making submarines that control off of Bluetooth controllers.
You so shut up. You so stupid.
Now here's my question to you, Willie. What scary animal do you want to go meet in person?
None. It's called Nunya.
Well, you got to pick one.
Do I have to pick?
You got to pick. You either got to pet a lion. Like you either got to go see a bear, lions, tiger. What is something you would want to see scary?
A chinchilla, only because they are. I don't know if they're a rat or a. No. Armadillo.
Actually, that is scary.
No.
They carry leprosy.
They carry leprosy. Yeah. I would say a koala bear because they could tear you up too, but they're the most cutest things.
I think like 90% of koala bears have AIDS.
Oh, then let's leave them down.
You literally there's like so many small animals. You're like, what about this one? No, that has a deadly disease. What about this one? No, deadly disease too.
Let's kick that down. Let's roll it down the hill. A red panda.
Actually, did you know about red panda? I don't. No, here's something y'all need to know and understand. Don't go see those companies for where they let you pet lions and stuff. That is so bad for them. That is absolutely destroys. Even the big ones, like the big cat parts in those other countries and stuff, that also is terrible for them. Don't be supporting those businesses.
And some of the elephant tourist traps too. Riding the elephants. There's some elephant sanctuaries that are great, but there's some elephant tourist traps that aren't. So
I think elephants are more regulated here in the U.S. Like we have an elephant sanctuary here in Tennessee. Like it's literally there's like 30 elephants on this property, and it used to be open to the public, but now they shut it down.
Yep.
And I wasn't ready for the script. I wasn't up. It's right. Oh, I'm on questions. Looking to be a part of a new group. Looking for friends. Looking to get dished out Halloween horror news on a weekly basis. Get invited to exclusive events. Have exclusive content sent directly to you. Ask the cast and crew of Yep, That's Scary questions. Well, join Yep, That's Scary Patreon membership today. We are bringing a Patreon, and you are like, I don't have the script in front of me. Looking to be a part of the community while getting dished out Halloween horror and haunt industry happenings? Well, you're in luck. The word on the street is that Yep, That's Scary now has Patreon, accepting like-minded individuals to gauge and participate and have a little fun within our new horror family. Get exclusive content, merch, and messages from the cast. Be invited to some exclusive member-only event, notable horror events. Sign up and become a Patreon member today.
Wow, thank you so much. Stumble McGee up in here. So yeah, so again,
questions. Like I was at the bottom of the script. I'm like, oh, ad read, and I.
It's all right. Speaking of our show, I'm so excited for some new things that's coming up, bro. Did you know? Like we're just like I love Yep, That's Scary. I love what's happening with it, but just to let you guys know, some of the new shows, the shows that's coming up, we have Texas Chainsaw the Game. Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We have Inside the Game with Gun Interactive. They're going to be on our show August 6th. August 6th, they're going to be on our show to talk about the game. If you guys are gamers out there and you want to know a little bit more about this Texas Chainsaw game, we may be giving out some game prizes. You guys want to tune in for
August 6th? That's like 7 days away. That's almost like next Sunday.
That's next Sunday. Yes.
Wow.
That's coming up. So Matt is going to be from Gun Interactive is going to be in the house, and he's going to be chatting with us about that. Also, that's happening August 13th. We have in the Mind of a Slasher with actor director Douglas Tate, who played in Halloween Kills, and also Freddy versus Jason, who played Jason and Freddy versus Jason. He's going to be on the show today. We're going to be talking to him.
When is that show?
August 13th.
Wow, that's almost like 14 days from now.
14 days from now.
Almost like just 2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks. Then we got these good guys, which is us, talks to Garrett Zima, who makes Chucky for Trick or Treat Studios and for the movie or the TV show Chucky. He's going to be on the show as well.
When is that?
August 20th. So you guys,
wow, that's almost like 3 weeks from now.
Right, and you guys need to tune in.
Okay,
tell your mama, tell your friends, tell your mamas, tell your friends about. Yep, that's scary. We got some good guests coming in on the show, and we want to chat with you guys. Chat with them with you guys. All right, and here is HauntCon is coming up February 9th through the 11th, 2024, and at the Hilton Daytona Beach Oceanfront Resort in Daytona Beach, Florida. This is HauntCon coming soon.
HauntCon, look at that beautiful beach. You look like you could finger a shark while you're at the beach. Go to HauntCon.
Shut up. Shut your mouth.
It puts them in a trance. And look, fingering a shark smells the same as
Shut
that
up.
last Tinder date. So we just gonna...
All right, so our scary clip of the week goes to this guy.
What the fish snatcher? Look at this. There's a shark in the lake. What the? Look, y'all quit rocking the boat, bitch. I'm gonna throw you in the water. You better stop. You better stop. This is crazy. What the fish snatcher?
Is that the guy who's a?
He was trying everything not to cuss. What the fish net is this?
Is that the guy who's like, Ma, it's a dragon?
No. So this is a group of people that went out to the lake to have a good summer. This is recent, and they were out at a lake, and a shark pulled up at a lake. Why is this happening, Gerard? Why are sharks in lakes now?
Bull sharks can go in fresh and salt water. Actually, the original story of Jaws is from a bull shark that was in a river, I think in Mississippi. I think, if I'm correct, there's been cases of people catching bull sharks out of the Memphis River. That far, they would swim up. And what happens is they have these gates, right, and the floodgates and the rivers. And if something happens and it rains, it gets over the gates, they keep going. And they get stuck in these lakes and rivers.
That's another thing. And also another issue is these algae. There's these algae that will release bacteria that the shark cannot swim in. And so it will force them, it will turn the water red, I believe, and it will force them out of their habitat, and then it will swim up to a different area. And so what they started to see is sharks are migrating to lakes because of the climate change is happening. You guys, I don't know listen, we got to be aware of our ecosystem as human beings just to live and survive. But because of it being affected, your life will be affected by it. Because their life is affected, your life will be affected. Do you guys understand? Got it?
Yeah. Stop being a vegan, become a greenie.
No, stop dumping cocaine in the water of the ocean.
Hey, let me tell you something.
What?
Them vegans are causing more pollution than they're expecting. You know how much pollution
Why you say that? Richard, why you say that when you know I got vegans up in the house? I got vegans over there. They watch
pollution because I care about the planet.
Gerard, go ahead.
Do you know how much pollution? Do you know how much pollution is caused to get avocados shipped from Mexico up to New York? That's where the pollution comes from.
Because avocados. No, first of all, no, because this is great avocados in California. Okay.
California avocados to New York. You can't tell me there's no avocados in New York right now. Look, until we can find a more sustainable solution to ship fruit around, it's damaging. If you get bananas and they're grown somewhere else, they're shipped off a cargo ship, then they're brought over, pulled up by crane, then loaded up to big ass trucks to distributing plants, and those bananas get dropped off to other plants.
From the guy who said that we need to grow our own cocaine. All right. Anyway,
Damn straight. Make America cocaine.
You better stop. Again, guys, I'm excited for our show happening on August 6th with Gun Interactive, the inside the game with Gun Interactive. We're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre game. I'm so excited about that. So you guys make sure you guys tune in, and then tell your friends, tell your family to tune in as well with us. Also, I want to say thank you to Kevin Bachar, our guest, for being on our show. Thank you to my co-host Gerard for an awesome job. Also, I want to thank you, viewers that are with us watching live, and our listeners listening at home to our podcast, at home, at work, or just driving in transit. We appreciate you all for your love and support. Please remember to follow, like, subscribe, and share our social media accounts so that we can continue to engage while building our horror family. Until next time, guys, stay scary!
Yo, if you like what you have just heard, subscribe now or forever hold your screams.